Next one is what? VPC and pairing. So we need to create how many VPCs? We need to create the two different types of VPCs. So why we need VPC pairing? Okay, let me explain some theoretically. So for example, I just consider two different types of VPCs. Okay, I'm going to create. So this is what? VPC 1. So this is VPC 2, subnet 1. This is what? Subnet 2. So this is nothing but EC2 instance from 1 is to instance in second subnet. So suppose I want to establish the communication from one EC2 instance in within the subnet, there is no issue. There is no issue. Why? Because the subnet belongs to the same network. The EC2 belongs to also same network. Suppose I am going to create one more subnet here. This is one more subnet. I'm going to launch one more instance. It is what? One more and what? Just assume one more EC2 instance. So both the subnets belongs to the same virtual private cloud. So they can easily possible to communicate with each other. Like the instance easily communicate with this particular instance. But this instance want to communicate with the resource which is available in the outside its IP. Outside its IP. Suppose I'm going to mention the IP here is nothing but 10.0.0.0/16 for this VPC one. This is for what? 192.168.0.0/some 16. So what is subnet address here? Again 10.0.1.0/24. This one address 10.0.2.0/24. So 124, no? 24, not 124. Just make it as 24. Okay. So here 192.168.1.0/24. So we can easily communicate with the subnet. Subnet A, subnet 1 is communicate with the subnet 3, what it may be, which is available in this VPC. But it's not possible to communicate with the and what? Outside network subnet. So in order to make establish the communication between this EC2 and this EC2, we need to establish what? The VPC peering. We establish the the VPC peering between the two different types of networks. So one is acceptor, so one is requester, one is acceptor. Otherwise, one is requester, one is acceptor. Suppose if this VPC want to establish the peering with second VPC, the peering connection is done. Once the peering connection is done, which must be vice versa, automatically the peering from second to 1 automatically established. Okay. If 1 to 2 is established, automatically 2 to 1 also established. No need to create the second peering. Okay. So now we need to do VPC peering. For that, I'm going to create what? I just try the blueprint here. I create VPC1. VPC1 with the components what? VPC1 address and తీసుకుందాం 10.0.0./16. I'm going to take only subnet. Subnet A 10.0.1.0/24. 24, we need to attach gateway, everything. Okay, internet gateway, route table, everything. Second one is what? I'm going to consider VPC2 again. 192.160, 192.168.0.0/16. I'm going to take one more subnet here. Subnet B, sorry, subnet and subnet B. So 192.168.2.0 తీసుకోవచ్చా? answer there 2 3 4 48 maybe. Okay, some 24. So I'm going to create the subnet in your VPC2, and after that I just establish the peering, establish the peering connection. Just go to here, just open database account. Check for VPC. Okay, so click on create VPC. Yeah, now tell me the steps. VPC only. I'm going to make it as VPC1. Address must be 10.0.0./16. Next one, click on what? Create VPC. Create VPC. So next one, go to subnets. Click on what? Create subnet. So what is subnet? This is the subnet. Only one two. It's possible to create one or two. So I'm going to create only one subnet in it. So to create one subnet, set VPC here. Set VPC. So what is my subnet name here? Yeah. Subnet A. Okay. Subnet A. Zone. Use of zone preference, which must be created in US East 1A zone only. So next one, this is the IP address of your VPC. So we need to select the CIDR range 10.0.1.0/20. How many IP addresses are here? 4096. That much not needed. 24 is enough. Okay. So click on what? Create subnet here. Successfully the subnet is created here. So after that, so what you need to choose? Click on IDW gateways. So one gateway is automatically created, which must be attached to your default VPC. So we need to create one more gateway. Create internet gateway here and mention IDW1 here. Click on create internet gateway. So go to this gateways here. So which must be in detached mode. We need to attach to the given VPC. That is VPC1 and attach it. And finally create what? Row tables. So this is not needed. I just want to do these two tables actions. Table. Yeah, okay. So click on what? Create root table here. Write root 1 VPC for VPC1. Create root table. So now I'm not going to edit any routes. I'm not going to launch the instances. తర్వాత చూద్దాం. If you not edit routes, whether the instance is connected or not అనేది చూద్దాం. Test చేసి చూద్దాం. So VPC is created. So VPC is created. So your VPC1 is exist. So create one more VPC. So make it as VPC2 here, and then IP must be 10 dot, not 10 dot, 192 dot, 168 dot, some 2 dot 0, 1624, 16, better at 0. Okay. Click on create VPC, create some subnet here. We got it as what? Select VPC 2, and mention what? Subnet B. Zone must be, I'm going to choose US East 1B zone here. So already the IP address of the VPC selected. We need to mention what? The IP range for given subnet. So 2.0/, I'm going to make it as 24. So click on what? Create subnet. Create gateway for this VPC2, IGW2, create internet gateway here. So then go to gateways, IGW2, actions, attach to VPC, select what? By VPC, divide for VPC, and VPC1 is not selected here. So whenever one VPC is attached with the gateway, the second gateway will not be added. Only one gateway is added. That's why only one VPC. So that's why VPC1 as well as default VPC are not populated in this list. In case of subnet, in case of root table, they will populated. But in case of gateway, only they will not populated here. Okay. So let me choose VPC2 here. Click on attach internet gateway. Attached, successfully attached here. So go to root tables here. Just click on create root table. So make it as what? Root 2 here. VPC must be what? VPC 2. Just click on create root table. Successfully done. So root table 1 is done. Root table VPC 1 is done. VPC 2 also created with the subnets. Okay. So now I'm going to make the peering. Click on the peering connections. Create a peering connection. Name VPC1 to VPC2. Select a local VPC to pair with. Nothing but what? Requester. VPC1 associated. So select other VPC to pair with. So we have different types of options for the other VPC. Within the account, within the region. Within the same account, same region. Then nothing but what? Same account. Within the same region, nothing but within the North Virginia. Second one is what? My account, other region. So what is other region here? I'm going to open what? US East 2, other region. Okay. So I'm going to select, if VPC is available here, we need to pairing with the this VPC also. Which is the other region చూద్దాం. Other region within the same. Okay. So another region, select the region and then VPC ID. So I'm going to close this thing as of now. I'm going to establish the pairing for the only within my account, within the same region. Second one, another account. So I have one account. So this is my account ID. So you have one more account. You have one more AWS account. You also contain some VPC1, custom VPC. So I'm going to connect with the my network to the your network. Apply chestanu. Another account, I mentioned more account ID. You also contain this type of number. I need to paste this account ID here. Similarly, another account, another region. Account ID, region, and VPC ID. Okay. So I'm going to set my account in this region. Select VPC 2. So click on more, create the peering connection. Connection has been requested. Connection has been requested. So go to peering connection. So what is the status here? Pending acceptance. So what we need to do? Select it automatically, actions and accept request. Just click on accept request. What happened here? Automatically, sorry, wait a second. It becomes active. It becomes active. So now I want to create a VPC in OU. I think US East 2, I want to create one more VPC. Wait a second. Okay. So go to your another VPC. Just go to VPC dashboard. But default VPC is always available. 7D here. So let me open the VPC here. Where location of previous created in the VPC చూపించదా not feature complete different కదా సో ఇక్కడ చూడండి so what is the VPC default VPC ID here 4F8 so here more A7D so what is the address here 31.00 here more wait a second same thing but different ID same address space but different ID so I want to create a VPC here in this region click on create VPC I'm going to make it as VPC 3 address range so 15.0.0.0/16 just click on create VPC go to your VPC is created okay so I want to create what subnet I want to create the subnet so this VPC we have how many subnets only 3 in this region go to VPC here go to VPC go to subnets here so we have how many subnets here nearly just remove the subnet A and subnet B we have how many 1 2 3 4 5 6 are available but in this we have only 3 that's why most of the people select only US East 1 ఎందుకు which supports more number of subnets we can deploy the more number of resources in the different subnets but here it supports only less subnets here okay so create subnet here VPC 3 subnet name subnet C here preference must be what US East 2C iddam 2C and subnet address 15.0.1.0/24 mandate కాదు if you choose no preference it will pick up the zone either 2A 2B TC defaultly it will pick up the zone okay click on what create subnet go to gateways create internet gateway IG and W3 click on create internet gateway here and then go to gateways attached to which VPC 3 just attach it done now and finally create mode root table create root table here so make it as root 3 select VPC 3 and then click on create the root table. Done. Everything must be done. So I want to establish one more pairing connection. One more pairing connection. So click on what? Create pairing connection. VPC1 to VPC3. VPC1 to VPC3. VPC1 associated my account and other region. We need to select the region first. Which region I have here? US is 2. I'm going to select what? US is 2. VPC acceptor. We need to mention the VPC ID. What is the VPC ID here? Mm, okay. Copy this VPC ID. So Control C. So permission will create మనకి చూద్దాం. Creating PD connection. So VPC as the requested. Go to peering connection. Initiating request. Pending acceptance. It will take some time. Just wait. So not getting here. What happened? Other region kada. So we don't have permission. So which must be disabled. है ना प्रॉब्लम इधर है. So wait చేద్దాం. So disable mode లో ఉంది కదా. So wait a second. It's not correct thing I think. VPC1. We need to add VPC2 I think. Wait a second. It's not a proper ID kada. ID proper ఇవ్వలేదు అనుకుంటా I think. అందుకే it's not showing. Anyway, I deleted this pairing. Deleting, just wait. So we need to mention slash VPC name. ID followed by the slash VPC name. Okay. Create VPC connection. VPC1, VPC3. Select VPC again. VPC1 here. So my account under region. US is 2. VPC ID must be. So this is the VPC ID. Copy this one. Slash. What is VPC name? VPC3. But చూద్దాం. Let me try. ID is not there. It's not accepting. So let me try. క్రియేట్ చేద్దాం ఫస్ట్, తర్వాత చూద్దాం ఏమవుతుందో. ఇట్స్ నాట్ ఎనేబులింగ్, ఇట్స్ నాట్ ఎనేబులింగ్. ఓకే, అదర్ రీజింగ్ ఎనేబుల్ అవ్వట్లేదు. సో వీ డోంట్ హ్యావ్ దట్ మచ్ పర్మిషన్, ఫ్రీ టైర్ అకౌంట్ కదా. సో వీ డోంట్ హ్యావ్ దట్ మచ్ పర్మిషన్. ఐ థింక్ విల్ పే యాజ్ యూ గో, we get all the things. Accept as you're not verifying here. Okay, వెరిఫై చేయలేదు. సో లెట్ మీ డూ. సో వన్ మోర్ పేరింగ్ చూద్దాం. సో I just remove this pairing. I want to pair with the default VPC one within the own network. Okay, so I just want to remove this pairing connection and remove VPC 3 here. So click on delete. I want to create pairing connection between the VPC 2 to not default VPC. Okay, set VPC, VPC 2, and with the same account, with the same region, set VPC, that is default VPC associated. Click on create peering connection. So go to peering connection here. Click on VPC 2 to default. We just have to accept the request. Accept it. Okay. Within the same region, accepting other region permission length. I think that's why it's not showing the peering connection. So in this manner, we need to establish the peering connection. Suppose I want to delete the VPC. I want to delete one of the VPC. So VPC1 pairing with VPC2. VPC2 is pairing with the default. I want to delete VPC1 here. VPC1 and actions. Delete. What happened here? Until you complete the following action. Okay. Already pairing with the another VPC. So it's not possible to delete the VPC. I want to delete the VPC2 now. Delete VPC. Again get the same thing. VPC2 pairing with what? VPC2 pairing with the VPC1 as well as default. Both. That's why it shows the pairing connections. VPC1 to VPC2, VPC2 to default. It's not possible to delete the VPC. Unpair చేస్తే we can change చేస్తాం. Just go to your pairing connection. Click on actions and delete pairing connection. Automatically the pairing connection detached, and then we can able to delete the VPC there. And suppose I just launch one instance here. I want to launch one instance in VPC2. చూద్దాం అది అవుతుందో లేదా. Why? Because I not give any subnet association ఇచ్చానా ఏమి ఇవ్వలేదు. బట్ కనెక్ట్ చేసి చూద్దాం. So go to EC2 here. Click on the launch instance. Server name Linux VPC1. Choose Linux. Key pair must be demo here. Allow all the protocols. Read subnet settings. Subnet. Choose VPC1 here. Enable చేద్దాం. అది కనెక్ట్ అవుతుందో చూద్దాం ఒకసారి. VPC1 contains only subnet A. If we choose VPC2, which contains the subnet B. Choose VPC1, subnet A. Just click on launch instance. So connect అవుతుంది చూద్దాం. Let me do. If it is connected, then it make use of its default root table తోటి కనెక్ట్ చేస్తుంది. చూద్దాం ఎలా ఉంటుందో. So let me check. Click on connect. Choose connect here. What happened? Failed to connect is to instance. ఎందుకు ఫెయిల్ అయింది? VPC1 root table and not give any separate association ఇచ్చానా ఏమి ఇవ్వలేదు. Gateway ఇచ్చానా ఏమి ఇవ్వలేదు. So I just do the same thing. Go to what? VPC1. Just go to your VPC1. Okay. Go to root tables first of all. So root 1 is what? VPC1 root table. Select this root table. Click on edit tools, add root, any type of IP address through the internet gateway. Click on what? Save changes. And also not add the subnet. Subnet is there but not associated. But I create a resource within the subnet. I want to access it. అప్పుడు ఏంటి యాక్సెస్ అవుతుందా? యాక్సెస్ అనేది అవ్వదు. సో ఏం చేయాలి ఇక్కడ? we need to edit subnet association. Save the association here. Successfully save. సో ఇప్పుడు చూడండి వస్తుందో లేదో. Click on Linux VPC. Click on connect it. Just click on connect. చూద్దాం. కనెక్ట్ అవ్వదు. కనెక్టెడ్. ఇన్స్టాన్స్ ఇస్ కనెక్టెడ్. ఎందుకు కనెక్ట్? ఇప్పుడు ఇంత కనెక్ట్, ఇంతకుముందు ఎందుకు కనెక్ట్ అవ్వలేదు? I created the subnet association ఇవ్వాలి, as well as the gateway can allow any type of IP address. Any type of IP address must be allowed through the gateway. That's why I mentioned 0.0.0.0/0. ఎందుకు? I don't know about this address. Which address is assigned to us? We don't know. So we need to mention any type of IPv4 address. That is the first thing. Second one, our instance is created in a custom VPC within the so-and-so subnet. The subnet is not associated with the root table. If it is not associated, then it will not be launched. ఇప్పుడు VPC peering చేయడం వల్ల ఏమైందా? VPC peering మనకు peering మాత్రం ఉంది. సో ఏం చేస్తామంటే మనం చెప్పండి కదా ఆల్రెడీ. దిస్ వన్ రిసోర్స్ నా. ఇప్పుడు ఆ peering మనము కనెక్ట్ చేసాం. సో అది ఇంకా రాలేదు, చెప్తాను. సో మనం ఏం చేస్తామంటే in real life, in VPC1 we create one resource. VPC2 we create one resource. We start with the communication by the commands. In case of Windows అనుకోండి, ping అని వాడతాం. Ping some IP address. We get some message. We get some packets వస్తాయి 64 bits like this. Suppose I just go to this command prompt. Just type one message called ping here. So ping from so and so host. Ping యొక్క మొత్తం కమాండ్ యొక్క ఏంటి డిస్క్రిప్షన్ వచ్చేస్తుంది. సో పింగ్ ఫార్వర్డ్ బై సో అండ్ సో IP అడ్రస్ ఏమి ఇస్తారంటే అండ్ పింగ్ ఫార్వర్డ్ బై సమ్ 192.168.0. లైక్ దిస్ ఇలా ఇస్తాను. సో బేస్డ్ అపాన్ ద వాట్? బేస్డ్ అపాన్ దిస్ IP అడ్రస్ ping 10.0.1.87 packet receive అయితే ఏంటి successfully peering is established. Otherwise we need to change some settings. So we need to modify the root table అవన్నీ ఉంటాయి. బట్ మనకి ఏంటంటే in our syllabus we have to know how to create the peering connection. Okay, how to create the peering connection between the two different networks. So peering connection చేసి how to establish the communication, that is the project. మీకు ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ ఉంటాయి కదా, అప్పుడు అది ఉంటుంది, అప్పుడు నేను అది ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తాను. సో సిలబస్ వర్క్ ఏంటంటే ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు అబౌట్ హౌ టు క్రియేట్ ది peering వర్క్ మాత్రమే. In real time project we must know about the how to communicate one VPC to the one VPC users to the other VPC resource by using the peering. అదేంటి మీకు ప్రాజెక్ట్ లో ఉంది. ఓకే, క్లియర్? సో I just terminate this instance as of now. ఇప్పుడు చేసింది ఎస్టర్డే చేసింది, ఏం చెప్పానంటే ఎస్టర్డే యా సేమ్ అదే నార్మల్ చేస్తావు. నేనేం చెప్పాను ఎస్టర్డే ఏం చేస్తాను, ఐ డిడ్ వాట్ సబ్జెక్ట్ చేశాను కదా, ఇప్పుడు ఏం చేయకుండా క్రియేట్ చేస్తే ఎలా అవుతుందో చూస్తాను అంతే. సో కనెక్ట్ అయింది మనకి, కనెక్ట్ అవ్వలేదు. చేసిన తర్వాత ఏమైంది, ఆటోమేటిక్గా విచ్ విల్ బి కనెక్టెడ్. So if you want to delete the VPC, first of all, we must delete one peering connection. We must delete the peering connection and then go to VPC and delete the newly created VPCs. So for example, go to peering connection, VPC2 to default actions. ఏమన్నా ఇక్కడ delete the peering connection, delete, which will take some time. Deleted VPC1 to VPC2, delete peering connection, desktop delete, it must be deleted. Okay, so let me refresh this. Okay, now go to VPC now, VPC1 and delete. Now will not get any error. So delete the VPC1, so which must be chargeable, charge పడుతుంది వీటికి, కాబట్టి ఎప్పుడప్పుడు డిలీట్ చేసేయండి. ఓకే, VPC2, delete VPC,